Be with your own thoughts. It's amazing how much we are distracted in this life. If you sit with your own thoughts, sometimes that can be scary, but it does help you align, write down.
Mm,
I would
The money thing definitely is a stretch, and I want to camp on that a little bit. The stretch goal is to learn a little bit about money as opposed to, okay, I get it, I put it in the bank, I have it on my phone. But the stretch goal would be learning about money more than just money in, money out. Hey, Happy New Year.
How's everybody doing? It's January, you guys. Welcome back to Disrupt and Discuss. I am E,
And I am KayCee.
and together we are what? D
D
and
E.
all right. There she goes. She's refreshed.
Yes,
We
I
are
am.
we are back on camera from taking a break for the holidays. Hope everyone enjoyed their holiday season with family, friends, or however you celebrate. Welcome to the new year. 2026 is here. We did one video for New Year's Day and we recapped the goals that KayCee and I did. We did a video and we recapped the Masogi, and then we provided our downloadable. We introduced that. And thank you to the ones who have
Absolutely.
downloaded our free downloadable to guide you. KayCee and I wanted to help like-minded folks like us who set goals and want to obtain them. We come to find out that there were different styles of goals. And so we presented it the first part of the year. Both of us did the Masogi, and then we presented a recap of how we used it. Within that first episode, we offered 6 different styles of
Sudden.
goals. We created the downloadable guide for you guys and provided different styles for you to choose from. Here's the QR code for our Masogi guide. And that Masogi guide will help guide you. It's free. You just put in your email address and it'll send you the guide. It'll ask you 6 questions. And based on how you answer those 6 questions, it'll recommend a guide for you, a goal style for you. I tried it myself and found out I'm more growth mindset. It's very user friendly. Thank you to everyone who has downloaded it. Hopefully it's helping you focus on what type of mindset you have for the goals that you want to reach. Scan with your phone and put in your email address and it will send you the link for you to get that free downloadable. All right. We
Yes.
wanted to explore the other 6 goals. So you'll have an idea of what they are, how they function, how you may be able to utilize it, and go from there. Hopefully, you guys will enjoy that. We're going to start off with the anti goal. My son, Casey, did the survey and he was like, "Oh, I'm an anti goal person." So he's anti goal,
Oh, okay. So I'm
right?
with him part of the way. Yes.
Well, we're starting off with anti goal. So, first, what is an anti goal?
Hmm.
An anti goal is essentially a goal. It's not something
Correct.
you're trying to get. It's something you're done putting up with, basically.
Yeah.
It's about stopping one thing that keeps you from adding more to your life. It's like a regular goal that says, I want to do more. So essentially, that's what it is. Simply explaining it, it's a regular goal says, I want to do more. An anti goal says, I'm done living like this. So it's like
Yeah.
eliminating things.
And it's helping you to set up boundaries of what you will not do.
Right.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Hmm.
So do you want to talk about your anti goal?
Yeah, mine is pretty boring, but one of the things I do is I have to look at so much if I'm going somewhere and how I dress. And even though I use a lot of earth colors and I like to blend in, there's certain things that I have in my closet. And it's what are you waiting for? What occasion are you waiting for when you know that occasion really is not going to happen?
Hmm.
So, case in point, we go to the poetry slams. I love those.
Hmm.
And so last week when I went, I wore my leopard coat
Okay.
with my black gloves. Now, I had my jeans and I had my regular attire, but taking that out of the closet. So I will not keep things in my closet waiting for that specific moment when the moment is now.
Okay.
That's my anti goal. And again, I've come across a couple of different influencers that are in my age range. So I'm not trying to follow behind some 20-year-old. No offense for the 20-year-olds out there, but I'm not trying to dress nor act like you. But
Right.
women middle-aged, as you know what? I look great in this leopard jacket or leopard coat,
Mhm,
that kind of thing. And not anything that's really outlandish, but that little statement piece or wearing your boggles when you have certain things and you're just running to the store and your hair is up in a mess, but it has a certain flair. And I
mhm.
always like those kind of people that did that. One of the influencers that I follow said, your closet is not a museum. You go in there and wear what you have, make the best of it, and create your own style. So
Right,
that's one of the anti goals that I have is to I refuse to have something that is going to be more like a museum piece in my closet. Or my other goal is to don't keep things in your closet that you know damn well you're not going to wear. If I hadn't worn it in 6 months, something
right.
very simple, toss that shit. Something that's smaller than I normally would wear. Oh, when I lose X amount of pounds. No, you're not. What are you going to do today? Let's
Right.
talk about today.
And that's really I like that goal because I do have a signature style, I have a signature look, but I do have things in my closet that, like you, I may have bought some boots. I
Mhm,
have nothing to wear with, but I'm looking for the right thing to wear with
mhm.
it instead of just wearing them.
You might have something,
Exactly.
actually.
Sometimes I just forget the stuff is actually in there.
That was another thing for me
Listen,
too.
so it's more like clearing out and getting rid of things that don't serve you, or is it's blocking your vision, blocking the way you wanna do things. You may it making it more simplistic. It's almost like minimalism
Yeah,
in a way, by removing a lot of stuff that doesn't serve you or that you feel you need but don't use, it's blocking your vision. It's blocking
it is.
your what you wanna do. I'll give another one that's more maybe you're not a fashionista, Miss KayCee over here.
No, nope,
Um
nothing to see here.
She said nothing to see here. Maybe it's just a simple thing like drinking. People always get into the reset. Oh, I'm going to drink more water, right?
Mhm.
So they instantly look up how much water do I need? Oh, you should be drinking 64 ounces of water every day. That's lofty. I don't think I've ever drinking 64 ounces of water. But instead of trying to force that goal on a daily basis, that's very hard to obtain, y'all, for some of us.
Mhm.
Just drink a glass of water. If you're not used to drinking water, the anti goal is I'm not gonna try to drink 64 ounces, but I'll drink a glass of water a day and build on that. Just
Yeah,
make it attainable. So your anti it's not rebellion, but it's realistic.
there you go.
How about that?
There you go.
Not rebellion, just realistic. I would definitely say that's something you can deal with. It's not vision boards, it's not 10 habits for January, it's not a hustle challenge, it's not perfection. If those are things that inspire you, then the anti goal would not be for you. Anti goals is more doing things that are obtainable for you in that moment. Would you agree?
Absolutely. I agree.
Alright.
'Cause you don't wanna set yourself up for failure. I know that's what we had talked about before
Mhm,
several times, and to your analogy with the 64 ounces of water, you're setting yourself up, but that's not something that you currently do. You're
mhm.
setting yourself up for failure and a lot of time spent in the bathroom. If you're in a situation where you can't do that all day, that's gonna be a problem.
That is a problem, especially try drinking 64 ounces and you work an 8-hour shift at a job and you have to be up in front of the public. That's not gonna work out
No,
really well for
it's
you.
not, it will
Yeah,
not.
yeah. So it's not. You are definitely correct with regards to that. I would definitely say don't make it harder than what it needs to be. If you are done
Exactly.
with making things harder than what it needs to be, and by making it harder, you barely get out of January with your goals because you have made this long list or created this vision board that you're really trying to stick to, then I would say try the anti goals and just pick a couple of things, maybe one or two, possibly three, and see if you can stick to it. Simple stuff. Instead of me staying up all night, I'm going to try to go to sleep at 10. Instead of saying I'm training for a triathlon, which is a huge feat, just say, "Hey, I'm gonna try to do a 5K," which is what, 3 miles? 3 miles?
3 long miles, if you ask
3
me.
if you're not a runner, a 5K. If you're out of shape, let's just stick to let's walk the block. Let's walk around maybe twice a week. I'm gonna walk around the block or walk around my neighborhood.
Mm,
You make it super simple. This is you're not ignoring that you need to make some type of change in your life, but you're not making it so audacious to where it's just not obtainable.
right, and one of the things we had talked about earlier when you were talking about examples, which is saying no versus saying yes.
Mhm.
I know a lot of people have a problem with that, saying what people wanna hear, and then you're like, "Oh, I really shouldn't have said that," or "I didn't really wanna do that." And sometimes you have to stand up, and I've had to do it a few times, say no instead of saying yes.
Right.
Let's cut it off at the knees right now and be done with it.
Yep. That's an anti-goal.
Mhm.
If you struggle with that, try learning to say it. It empowers you a little bit by
Yeah, it
saying
pisses
it.
people off, but that's okay.
Exactly.
Why they could be pissed off as opposed to you being pissed off.
Right.
It gets easier, trust me.
Exactly. And if none of these resonate with you, come up with your own. How can you do that? Sit
Mhm.
with yourself. Sit in quiet. That means no phone, no music, no podcast, no scrolling. Kind of sit for about 15, 30 minutes.
Right?
Think. Be with your own thoughts. It's amazing how much we are distracted in this life. If you sit with your own thoughts, sometimes that can be scary, but it does help you align, write down things that you like, things that you aspire to do, and just pick one simple thing. Try that and go from there. We're here to give you ideas, not telling you what to do. This is the type of goal. This is what it's about. This is how we possibly are using it. This is what you could possibly use it for. If none of that resonates with you, by all means, pick out some things that may with you. That's all we're saying.
That's it.
Let's move on to the next one. What's the next one?
We have stretch goals.
Stretch goals. That in itself sounds crazy, huh?
Yeah, I just like the ones that are outside of the norm, the basic kind of stuff.
Right.
So I definitely like that. As with stretch goals, it's ambitious, the bonus targets to pursue. If the primary goals are met early, then you got a stretch goal to go with that. I looked at it a little bit differently. Not necessarily if my goals are met, but let's stretch it a little bit. Most of my stuff is based around travel.
Right.
And I'm quick in a hurry to go out of the country. I've been a lot of the states in the US, but how about a local staycation? I have
Ooh.
never done that because I need to go somewhere.
Right.
So for me, it's an opposite thing. My stretch goal is to stay local. And maybe, I don't know if you know where we're located, Bay Area. I
Mhm.
remember years ago, I told my husband, hey, let's just go to San Francisco for the weekend. I ain't going to San
Yep.
Francisco. That ain't far. That's in my backyard.
Right.
And so once my little thing was crushed, then later on he said, "Yeah, we can go and maybe do it." By that time, I want to do it now. 'Cause now you done pulled my wings off. Now you gonna try
Yeah.
to put them back on. I can't fly now.
I can't fly. Yeah.
So I think now I'm trying to revisit that because there's a lot of beautiful places here. There's Napa. There are a lot of lovely places in San Francisco,
Mhm.
in Oakland,
The
which is
Claremont.
Mrs. Doubtfire. That swimming pool scene,
Yep.
it was filmed at the Claremont.
No, I didn't know.
I've
Okay.
always got all this knowledge that is just brimming to come out. But
Right.
anyway, those are very iconic places. For me, that stretch goal is to at least spend the weekend or spend the night in a local nice place.
I love that. And just so you guys know, a stretch goal is bigger than what you're used to. So it stretches you just a little bit.
Yeah.
It literally is what it means. It's a stretch goal. Like KayCee was using, she's a world traveler, but she's never really done something local and staycations. And I'm the staycation queen. So we can find something local just to hit it for the weekend real quick and come back. That's my thing. There's so much in California. We are blessed in
Mhm,
California. There's all 4 seasons within our borders. You can be in California, you can go to Big Bear, which is down in SoCal, and go
mhm,
camping and enjoy that. You can enjoy the winter months there, or you can hit Tahoe, right? The more you go up
mhm,
Tahoe, then you're seeing snow. Nevada is right on the cusp.
mhm,
Mexico is right on the cusp. So we have not only do we have what we have in California, the oceans, the San Franciscos, the Bay Area, all of that, but we also have we're surrounded by places where we can just hit it like 4 or 5 hours away
yeah.
and we're there. It's wonderful to live in California if you can afford it these days.
Depends
There's
on who
so
you
much to do,
ask.
right? It's so much to do. The redwoods, all that stuff.
It's so funny, half of that stuff I haven't been to.
I haven't done the redwoods, but I have done the Tahoe and the big.
Well, I've done Tahoe, not
Yep.
Big Bear, but other things you had spoke about, yeah, Tahoe a few times. It's in my backyard. I
Right.
can't argue with my husband as much because and it's so funny because people come from different places in the world to see these
Mhm.
things,
Yes.
and I'm like, "Eh."
It's right here for us, right.
Right.
But that's a stretch. Another stretch, let's look at money or financial. Say, for instance, you were able to say, "What let me do a Dave Ramsey." Dave Ramsey says you should have 500 in emergency, right? Which is unrealistic in California. You really need about 5,000, but
Did you take his class, by the way?
I read the book.
Oh, no, I took his class. It was very eye-opening,
Okay.
and it was funny because now the books might say 500, but when we did the class, it said 1,000, And luckily, at that point in time, we were able to save that for the house money. We saved it. About 6 months later, our air conditioner went out because it was summertime.
Right.
It cost $1,000 to fix it.
You had it.
We had the cash on hand. The guy was like, "What?" And so we paid him to fix it, and I don't think we've ever had $1,000 in the house again.
It might be 1,000, you are correct. But say, for instance, you say that 1,000. Now to stretch it, your stretch goal would be, okay, the next time let's try 1,500 or 2,000.
Exactly.
It's stretching you. The idea of a stretch goal is if you have a goal that doesn't make you pause for a second or be like, "Can I do this?" Then it's not
Mhm.
really a stretch goal. If it makes you pause, "Can I do 2,000?" If it doesn't make you pause, then it's not a stretch goal. If you're like, "Oh, I can put an extra 500 up, that's nothing." That's not a stretch goal. A stretch goal is
Right.
pushing you a little bit out of your comfort zone, just
Yep.
a little bit. If you're not comfortable with getting on a plane, some people are scared to fly. That was me a long time ago. Getting on a plane to go to LA. From here to LA is like up, down,
Exactly. It is.
literally. So
Like, and
instead of it's like 45 minutes, I don't even finish my peanuts. Okay.
it's funny, one year, my daughter was going to LA for the
Mhm,
weekend to see her cousin. We didn't have a problem because it was a straight flight. We went to the Oakland airport, put her on the plane, drove back home, and before we even got home, when we stopped to get something to eat,
mhm,
she's calling us while we're waiting on our food. "Hey, I just touched down,
right.
cousin Chris is coming to get me."
Yep. It's a real quick flight. It's nothing. Like I said, I barely finished my peanuts and they're like, "Oh, we've arrived at LAX." So that would be a stretch goal. You've never flown before.
Mhm.
That's your first flight could be like 40 minutes. You're up, down. That's you're stretching yourself. Now, if you have
Absolutely.
done that, your next stretch would be for us, what would that be? Vegas or maybe Colorado, like an hour, 2 hours. That's stretching it a little bit more. You get the idea. You
Yeah,
stretch yourself a little bit more each time to get yourself comfortable. I think Texas is I flew to Houston, Texas was like 4 hours. Atlanta, Georgia, when I flew out there is 6 hours. 6, 7 hours. So you're stretching yourself.
right,
That's a stretch
absolutely.
goal. So you're putting yourself out there to where you're pausing like, "Can I do this? But I need to do this. It would be a good idea." So that's a stretch goal. That's an example of a stretch goal. Any other stretch goal examples?
Mm.
I would
The money thing definitely is a stretch, and I wanna camp on that a little bit because I know down the road we're gonna have a finance person come on so we can talk, but
yes.
the stretch goal is to learn a little bit about money as opposed to, "Okay, I get it, I put it in the bank, I have it on my phone," but the stretch goal would be learning about money more than just money in, money out. I think for some, that is an anti-goal in certain respects because if you don't know about it, I don't wanna know, I don't wanna hear about it, and it's an anti-goal in reverse, and I think it can also double as a stretch goal to actually learn about it and literally how it works for you.
Right.
And I bring that up because different people that I know are concerned about their jobs right now.
Mhm.
Out here in the Bay Area rapid transit system, I don't know when this airs, but I know a lot of people are concerned about layoffs. Learning how to put money away, and I don't mean in a savings account, something where you can actually earn money doing. I think that's a stretch goal. So when you are faced with these things, it's not so devastating. You're preparing for that rainy day, you know?
Absolutely. I love that you said that. That is definitely a stretch goal. And when we're dealing with money, it is a good idea to learn how to stretch your money
Yeah.
on what you're used to doing beyond your comfort, right?
Oh, absolutely, what grandma and grandpa would teach you. You make some
Right.
money, you put so much aside, you make sure you got food in the pantry. Things have changed a little bit, and not everybody grows up learning about different facets of money. It is like with anything else, it's a foreign language to a lot of people,
Mhm.
and that's a goal that needs to be met. I've had to stretch. Trust me,
Right.
I look at things a lot differently now. One of the things that for me just never made sense was, "Hey, how can you earn interest on your money to where you're actually getting a paycheck, but you're not really touching the main or the principal that you put into your annuity, for example?" Well,
Mhm.
I had to learn about that, and now it's second nature
Right.
to me.
Right.
I had to stretch.
You had to stretch.
Yeah.
It's good to learn. It will help you in the end. It's like being a grown up. We all had to
Mhm.
do it. So I love that analogy. She comes with them right off the head. Off the head.
Literally.
Right? Now, what a stretch goal is not? Let's talk about that. So it's not changing your personality. I'm not trying to change who I am. I am who I am. You know my tagline. I'm just E. So we're gonna stick with that.
Yeah. It
It's
ain't
not.
broke, don't fix it.
It ain't broke. Don't fix it. You're not trying to punish yourself for past mistakes. It's not a New Year guilt trip. It's not a New Year guilt project. Don't want to do that. It doesn't have to be this perfect or it has to start at the new year. When we started last year, the Masogi, it was in March.
It was something like that.
We
Mhm.
started in the middle of the year. We're just talking about it. 85% of the world or in America, they do these resets. New year, new me.
Mhm.
So that's why we're talking about it in the new year to give you ideas. But by no means, if you can't do it right now and you want to do it in the middle of the year, the second quarter of the year works better for you, do it. It doesn't require perfection. It doesn't require the first part of the year. So if you're trying to do something perfect, that can throw you off because if you're not ready, then you're not ready.
Nope.
If it's
Nope.
not for you right now, don't force it. If you have too much on your mind right now, don't force it. We're just giving you ideas of what you can do, right? That's all we're talking about. I put something here that I wanted to tell you guys who it's perfect for. If you tried them before and you quit by February, you know, this is for you. It's just a little stretch, right? Just a
Yep,
little
yep.
stretch. If you're tired of starting over, this is for you. If you feel stuck but don't know why, this is for you. Like I said, the anti goal and the stretch goal, they're just little tweaks you can make. It's not this whole stack of things or system you're trying to
No.
create.
Mm.
It's just little tweaks here and there. If you want growth without burnout, because sometimes you set all these goals, you got 20 goals, or you got this vision board that got 50 million things. You trying to buy a house by the end of the year. You want 100,000 followers. You feel you're going to make $1 million before December 31st. You're going to do this, you're going to do that. That's a lot. You will
That's a
burn
stress.
out, right?
Yep,
And then you don't have a plan. You just put that vision board up and I'm going to manifest it. You need a plan. These are just little
yep.
tweaks. It's like building a muscle too, right? You're
It is, it
building
is.
your goal setting muscle. I was able to accomplish this. I was able to make it like a part of my life, a habit. You formed a
Mhm.
habit, on to the next thing. It's like building blocks. And then you can get to what we're going to talk about later, that B hack, right? That's who it's for. If you are dealing with major life stresses, you might want to pause on this. If you haven't mastered a basic routine, you might want to hold off. If you're using goals to avoid dealing with emotion,
Right?
yeah. So if you're trying to avoid something in your life and you're like, well, let me just add something on or let me pivot and
Mhm.
let me do this in
Okay,
lieu of dealing with something else,
okay,
this
okay.
is not
Makes
for
sense.
you. Right. You don't want to stretch the muscle that's already injured. So you don't want
Ooh,
to, there's a thing of when you work out,
yeah.
obviously you break down a muscle when you work out. But if you injure that muscle, you don't continue to work that muscle when it's injured,
Yeah, my
you know?
shoulder.
If you already have something going on and you're trying to avoid it or you just want to ignore it and keep going, don't do that. What's the next one?